So the OnePlus One has a lot to offer, but one of the things that you guys probably out there would really be excited about is the software experience. And obviously it's because of the name that's behind it. Hey, it's Josh Vergara from Android Authority. What's going on, everybody? And we're taking a look at the software of the OnePlus One, CyanogenMod 11S. Let's start from the top and make our way down. So here is the lock screen. Oops, here is the lock screen, and it is a little bit different from ones that you've seen before, where you probably have the circle in the middle that can go into a bunch of different shortcuts that you're probably seeing right now in the footage. But in this case, it's just a simple swipe down. You do get a preview of the background, but this area up top is replaced by various widgets like the Google Play music widget, or any music playing rather, and it will be populated accordingly to whatever apps you have running in the background. Other than that, it's just a swipe down to get into the interface, but as you can see down here, you have the camera icon, and you can just swipe from the right in any situation on the lock screen, and there you go, we have the camera. All right, so let's go ahead and move along with the notification drop down. So I'll swipe from the left and come down, and you can see the notification drop down right there. It's pretty much what you would expect it to be already. When you get a notification, you can always hit with 2 fingers and drag down in order to expand it, and you'll see more information. After that, we have the button right here that brings you right to the power widget. And again, it's largely what you would expect it to be, but of course, being CyanogenMod, you are able to customize it. So let's go ahead and add a couple buttons on there. So here are a couple that I actually thought were really cool. Or rather, let me just show you one in general, the orientation, and after that, the camera. So I'll head back, swipe down. There you go. And then, of course, the rotation locked is right there. That's the orientation button, and I always love having that there in case I really don't want my phone to go back and forth between landscape and portrait when I'm trying to do something. But then the cool one is this camera one, where it's not just a shortcut to the camera. It is actually the camera itself. So you are able to actually take pictures with it. You just tap on there and you can see that it's taking the pictures. So that's a really cool little added one. If you just wanted to take a quick snapshot of something, it's just one nice way of being able to get to it right away. Now the gallery application sort of takes on a bit of an HTC vibe in that it groups together all of your pictures that you've taken, whether they're camera shots or even in some cases screenshots, and they'll group them together in various iterations. Like, let's say, here are the ones from today, here's one from yesterday. I have a picture from quote-unquote last week, but that's more like a couple days ago. And then here is some more from this week, and if you saw my camera shootout, here are some pictures from my day out in Venice Beach. All right, so the next application that I'll show you is one that you usually only find, or the capability at least, when you are in a rooted phone, and that is the screencast. It is built into CyanogenMod 11S that you are able to open the screencast and just start a screencast. Literally just hit here, and then everything that you are seeing right now on the right side is what I'm doing on the phone right now. And I do think that is really cool. It is a built-in feature of here, so if you ever wanted to just, at least for me, I come from a tech support background, so if I really wanted to show somebody how to do something in Android, this would be an easy way for me to sort of guide them through it. But nonetheless, it's just a really cool feature to have in here that Cyanogen was able to build into the operating system rather than require you to have a rooted system. And the last app that I'll show you is one that I was actually told by the guys over at CM that they're really excited about, and that's the new theme engine. Again, this is a feature that you would normally find in, let's say, a rooted version of a phone, but it's built into the CyanogenMod on the OnePlus One. And here is the theme showcase right here. We'll go ahead and click on that. And here we are in the actual theme store that's built by Cyanogen. So I've already installed a couple. Not all of them are free, which is to be expected, but I've already installed a couple of them. And if you head on over to the pullover and hit the gear down there for settings, you'll be able to see which ones you have available in your phone, and those are these right here. So let's jump over to, right now I have the Holo on, but if I were to change it to Flux, now in order for me to even use any of it, it requires me to install the entire style first, and then I can tweak ones later. So I'll go ahead and just apply that right now, and as you can see, the buttons changed. And if I head back to Holo, if I just wanted to change a few things, like let's say the icons, then I could do that. And take away notifications, and there you go. But I'm not going to do that for now because I want to show you how things have changed. So the icons are largely the same, as you can see there, but what is interesting about this particular theme is there are circle buttons in the power widgets in the toggles. So it's a bit of a nice change. It's a way of really tweaking the phone to your liking, and there are going to be a lot of themes available in the theme store for you to be able to play around with. And that is just one example of how that looks. If you click on privacy, you'll get a couple of things here. You are able to blacklist phone numbers, so they won't be able to get to your phone. You are also able to send encrypted SMS messages, but anybody who has used a CyanogenMod in the past will be familiar with that. In more recent iterations, you have the privacy guard, which will prevent applications from having access to any of the private data that is inside of your phone. But for the sake of just showing you an example of what it does, what will happen is when I select one of these, it will continuously ask me if I really want the phone to access certain pieces of information, like what my current location is. So that's one thing that I'll do right here with the WWE app. Oop, and I actually have it on my home screens. So if I were to open up WWE, the first thing that will come up is it would like to know my location. This is one of those features of the privacy guard, is that it always tells you what the app is trying to do, if it's trying to access particular parts of the phone, or if it's trying to do something like access your location. I could always deny it or allow it, but the problem is in this case, I guess the app really does just need that information in order to sort of tag me or something like that. I can continue to go and hit deny or allow, or deny or allow, but it might keep me from actually using the application. So finally I kind of get in and I can watch the network, but aside from that, it's just kind of a way for you to really get a glimpse into what it is that your application is trying to do, and if it's not kosher with you, then you can always have the privacy guard on for you to always deny that kind of thing. And then the final thing that I'll show you was a feature that a lot of you were really excited about, and that had to do with the on-screen or the capacitive keys, and the fact that you can switch between the two. So if I was to head over to settings, we would find that under buttons, and there you go. You can change the on-screen nav to be on or off, and if I turn it off, there you go, it just slides away, and now I have the capacitive keys down here. And there we go. Double tap the home button in order to go to the recent app screen, but that is tweakable because you are able to change what the behaviors are of each and every one of the buttons down there. But one thing that did throw me for a loop a little bit was the fact that the back button rather is on the right side rather than on the other side, which is what I'm used to using, say, a Nexus 5, because with the on-screen buttons, they're on the left, or it is on the left. But let's go ahead and tweak that a little bit. I'll go ahead and hit the back button there. And in order to change or customize rather, the various buttons that are on the bottom, we have to head back over to interface. So there's some jumping back and forth between the menus in order to find what you need to find, but here it is. The buttons and layouts, there you go. So if we look at this here, there is a lock over there on the top, and you will be able to unlock it, and there you'll be able to see that you can add buttons on here. So there are a couple to add. Let's say if I add a menu button, then I really wanted a dedicated menu button because that's my thing. It really isn't, I'm just showing it for effect. There you go. So we hit the menu button, and there you go. It's an easy way of getting to the menu of various applications. Let's show one more application of it. Let's go to Chrome, and there you go. So that's just a level of customization that is really only available in, usually you have to root and then flash a ROM onto your phone, but in this case, CyanogenMod is what is built into the OnePlus One, and all of those features, from the screencasting to the privacy guard to even just tweaking the general interface itself, is available out of the box, and that is something that the OnePlus One really gets to boast, because Cyanogen is a great partner to have in your corner when it comes to the software experience. And so there you have it for this feature focus on CyanogenMod 11S as found on the OnePlus One. Now, having Cyanogen in their corner really makes OnePlus kind of fulfill that little phrase that they keep throwing around everywhere, and that's never settle. And that's because CyanogenMod 11S provides you so much freedom to really change the experience to just the way that you want it, whether it's through the settings or through the fact that you can use a different set of buttons if you wanted to, or even through the theme engine, which is incredibly powerful and is something that is built into the operating system rather than something you have to root it for. If you haven't used CyanogenMod in the past, well, this is probably one of the best ways to get started, because the OnePlus One comes in at that great price, and it comes with CyanogenMod already built in, so you don't have to worry about rooting or flashing a ROM on here just to get that experience. So keep it tuned to Android Authority for my OnePlus One coverage. The full review is coming very soon, so keep it tuned here. Hit that like button because we love to see that thumbs up, and also hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already, and then finally hit up AndroidAuthority.com because we are your source for all things Android.